Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about a bond of Venom and Magic. There's the cover there, okay. It is the first in a series and a debut novel by the author Karen Tomlinson. So I will start off with reading a bit about the blurb for you. Here we go. The Wraith Lord is hunting his prize, the key to unleashing darkness and chaos upon the 8 kingdoms. For Diamond Gillen, the war raging in the south seems a remote danger until her home is brutally attacked. Having lost everything she holds dear, Diamond is catapulted into a terrifying new world in which legendary beasts arise. Magic is condemned and half-blood fae, like her, have no rights. Despite her growing feelings for her saviour, Commander Hugo Casimir, he remains a paradox. Not only is he a heartless killer, he is owned by the cruel, immortal Fae Queen, a queen who will murder her own people for magic. As Diamond's circumstances become ever more perilous, she is drawn deeper into Hugo's world and discovers the lengths in which he will go to save her and what he holds dear. Will Hugo become her friend, her protector, or an enemy not worthy of her trust? A Bond of Venom and Magic is a tale of 2 people bound by magics and secrets, but trapped in the complexities of love and betrayal. It is the beginning of an epic journey, one that will test Diamond's resolve and determination to battle an evil that threatens not only her world but that of eternity, the land of the Guardians and the Goddess. Okay, so this book is due to be released in October. It's currently in ebook format, but they will, I believe, physical copies be available soon. So when I managed to get hold of this via Karen, I was in a massive reading slump. I was a bit dubious about picking this book up because I'd just finished my very first read through of Harry Potter, which is epic, and I'd also just finished Justin Cronin's The Passage trilogy, which is also epic for completely different reasons. So this book was either going to kill my reading slump or cure it, and my God, it really did cure it. I couldn't put it down. So Diamond is our heroine. She is quite naive, but she also has her headstrong, gutsy moments about her as well. She is neither fae nor human, so she's a half-blood. Now, in normal circumstances, this is bad, but for Diamond, this is very bad because she doesn't look human enough to disguise herself as a human in human society, but she doesn't look fae enough to disguise herself in the fae society. There are also some other hidden links, which I won't go into because I don't want to spoil anything, that are making her very desirable to this queen. So it starts off at the beginning with Diamond's father running from these seekers, which are these big black creatures that are after Diamond because Diamond holds something precious that they want to get their hands on. And then it just, what's the word? It just crescendos from there. She ends up being in the clutches of the Fae Queen and ends up potentially losing everything she holds dear. I mean, she's already lost a lot, but it ends up being all down on her. There is magic, betrayal, there's love, there's loss, there's adventure, there's fight scenes, there's passion, And I can't say enough about this book. I don't want to go too far into it because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys when you get to read it. So she's from Beresford, and then she gets catapulted to Avalonia, I want to say, and is basically ends up in the clutches of the Queen because she's taken there for healing. But it's the only place that has the expertise of the healers that can heal her. And now she needs to try and escape the clutches of the Queen, but also she has Hugo, who, before delivering her to the Queen, was very protective of her, wouldn't let other Fae near her, didn't want other Fae touching her, even if it was to try and help her. But then when he gets to the castle, Hugo starts changing and Diamond gets very confused. She doesn't know if Hugo still likes her and wants to protect her, or if this was all an act so that he could get her and deliver her to the Queen, because he belongs to the Queen. He's not allowed to mate with other Fae while he's in the clutches of the Queen, and particularly while war is raging, they're not allowed to mate. But also this Queen does not like half-bloods or humans, so Diamond is in a really bad predicament. And it's just so good. It's, if you like sort of things by like Sarah J Maas and Cassandra Clare, I would definitely give this book a go. But also, if you like your fairies and your mythical creatures and your high fantasy by any other author, give it a go as well. It is really, really good. Karen has an exquisite writing style. She's an exquisite storyteller. I was able to pick that book up and I was straight back in that world with Diamond and Hugo and the Queen and everything else that was going off. I was there. It's the sort of book where you forget you're reading, if that makes sense. You forget that you're reading words. It just plays out in front of your eyes. And it was one of those books where I took it to work with me, because obviously it's an ebook at the moment with it being an advanced reader's copy. I took it to work with me and my bag accidentally got taken home. And my first thought was, oh my God, they've got my purse, they've got my keys, they've got whatever else I carry in my bag. My first thought was, oh my God, my only copy of this book is on my Kindle and I don't know how to get it on any other devices. And it was sheer panic, because I didn't know how I was going to finish the book, because it transpired that someone had taken my bag accidentally. But at first I thought, oh my God, what if someone's got into it and actually taken it, like stolen it kind of thing. But luckily I got it back, and I was able to carry on reading it, and I finished it yesterday, and I want to read it all over again, and I want to read the next instalment. So it's the first part of what promises to be a really good series, called The Goddess and the Guardians. I don't really know what else I can say about it without spoiling it to you. So yeah, I will put a colour version of the cover here because the black and white version doesn't do it justice. There are a couple of things if you want to support a new author, because I appreciate it must be really difficult breaking into that clique. There are a couple of things going off with the pre-release. There's a Facebook pre-release party, so I'll put the link to that down below if you want to get involved. You can do, you can also sign up to the newsletters on Karen Tomlinson's site to get ideas of new releases and when this book's going to be released and things like that. You can also pre-order the copy now on Amazon, so I'll link that down below. So yeah, this novel completely took me by surprise. I don't know why, because it almost seems wrong to say that a novel took me by surprise, but I really didn't think it was going to be as good as it was going to be, especially in the wake of a major Harry Potter hangover. I was really struggling to find books that grabbed me, and this grabbed me from page one. So, and if I didn't have to work while I was reading it, I probably would have read it in one sitting, because it was like, just one more chapter, just one more chapter. Oh, this chapter's 8 minutes long. I'll just read this chapter, and this chapter's only 12 minutes long. I'll read this chapter, and yeah. So yeah, I was a bit sleep deprived, partly due to the book, partly due to working nights and working in general. So yeah, you really, really need to check this book out. It deserves to be big, and I really hope it is big for Karen. Yeah, from what I read, I think it started being the characters started being just bedtime stories for her little girls, and then she's built a whole world around it, a whole world. I'd love to be able to have that kind of skills in writing, that I can just build a whole new world. So yeah, so it's called A Bond of Venom and Magic. It's out on, I want to say, the 14th or 15th of October, but I'll put it down below. You can pre-release it, you can get involved, and please read it. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've also got a review on Goodreads as well, so I can link that down below, and there's a couple of other reviews on Goodreads as well there too. So yeah, brilliant. Okay, thank you. Bye.